Welcome to our 5th ever live stream on Talkin About Live with the Waterstreet Blues Band. Hello, everybody. Hi.
How's everybody doing?
We're the Waterstreet Blues Band, and starting off way over there.
My name is Rob, and I play guitar in the band.
I'm Sylvia, and I play keys and squeeze. That's accordion. And how are you,
Paul? And I'm Rob's guitar tech and sushi chef, and I play the bass.
Yeah.
Very cool. We're so glad everybody could join us today. Thank you for stopping by at 9 o'clock on Wednesday. We'll be here every Wednesday. And for today's shows, we're really excited to have a special guest. Gayle Ackroyd is joining us. Yay! Woo!
Yay, Gayle!
Yes. And before that happens, we're going to be going into some of the distractions and collections. Oh, and we have a new segment today about bassists, Paul, like we had discussed.
We're working on this. We've been doing a lot of research. We're going to share this with you, and there's some funding opportunities that we'd like to talk to you about. Yeah. This is a really great opportunity for you guys to make a difference.
Okay, so we have high-tech sound effects too. And anyway, that segment's going to be called the lowdown. It's like saying that, the lowdown.
The lowdown on bassists.
We'd like to also introduce our engineer, Fluffy Johnson, who's really a farm animal at the end of the day, but he's been very well trained. And he's going to be working through all the technology in this. He's going to be escorting our guests back and forth from the green room. Yep. So you'll get to know Fluffy as we develop more of these situations.
And let us know, because we take your suggestions. Certain sections, people send us things during the week, and we can showcase them for you and have a little conversation about that. It's turned into a weekly item, really, Paul, because we like to look at the collection that you have.
There's a general desperation for content on this show, and everyone turns to me for that stuff. So I have endless supplies of it right now.
Let's get things started. This
is a serious piece. This is the Riverside collection. Chet Baker, who's a lifelong pursuit of mine. Late 50s, and it's a group of demigods, literally, that recorded this stuff. Bill Evans played with them, Johnny Griffin, Kenny Burrell. This album, particularly, this set of albums, is really hard to get in its original print. They're the heavy stock 180-gram vinyl. It's really a pleasure to own one of these pieces. They're like, what's cool about it to me, guys, and I don't know how you feel about this, Sylvia and Rob, I know you're also Chet Baker fans, but what's great about this to me is that this provided a kind of foil to what was going on in the Village on the east side of the United States in New York, with the big bebop scene in the Village and in Manhattan. This was a totally different brand of jazz that was developed on the West Coast, and Chet is the champion of this brand, and it represents this kind of alternative, laid-back alternative to what was going on the East Coast. It's a very kind of smooth, cool jazz, and I love this record cover. And what's this worth, Sylvia?
Well, if you have a first edition of this album, I don't know what they call them, Paul, but you can pressing. Okay, first pressing. Yeah. Minimum $1,300 if you have this hanging around in your basement.
Well, this is the exact opposite of West Coast cool. This is Hank Mobley, who was part of Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers, and this is one of his earliest records on Blue Note, classic Blue Note cover. And this one is very valuable because there's a typo on the cover. The trumpet player, Bill Hardiman, his last name was spelled Bill Hardman. Now, I don't know whether that was a name or reputation, but in any event, Hank Mobley was part of the hard bop scene. That was more the New York side of the jazz thing, and Chet had the West Coast cool thing going.
And that made the record even more valuable. Any idea how much that's worth?
$999.
Anybody, take a guess. If you want to take a guess, we're going to hold, let us know in the comments what you think This album is worth with a typo. And of course, we have the best sources. We basically, at least our Sniffing Fluffy does our research, just looks at the headlines.
I just want to point out, Sylvia, that the prize for this ultimately is again that 72 Pinto. It's had the back end redone. It's really great for families now.
The fire damage wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Yeah, they replaced the firewall.
All right. Let us know your guesses if anybody has an idea. Any guesses out there yet? We know people like the purple background, Paul. Yeah, they're digging that purple background. Very cool.
That's in preparation for a very special record review that I want to talk about in the next show.
Yeah.
And
this
just think
one.
of the word purple.
Okay. Now we have a new one yet. After this, we'll let you know how much Hank Mobley is worth.
This is a really obscure record, right, Paul?
It is, because this band is really well known for fertilizing their own mushrooms.
That's just not true.
This is actually a serious record, and it's a good record. What I love is the artwork. Like you got to think about how they put this is all like cut and paste collage and montage, and there's a little bit of spray paint and watercolors over it. I bet you it's a really great piece of art, but you know more about the music than I do here.
Well, these guys were contemporaries of Zeppelin, and Zeppelin unfortunately sort of blew them to the side. But have a listen to this record. It's quite cool. It's very, very early 70s, and the lead singer, they did one record and they broke up because they went nowhere. And the lead singer eventually became the lead singer for another interesting band called the Atomic Rooster.
Right,
yeah.
That's
I'm
fantastic.
putting together a cover band right now, revolving around this, as well as a couple of other guys we're going to talk about soon.
Well, this particular album is listed. It's a very, very special version of it for. Get ready for this: $10,400. And,
Makes sense.
We've had a guess on Mobley. Mobley is actually worth $10,250. It's listed for $10,250. So we've had a guess for $7,000. Diana, not bad.
So
Pretty
we might
close.
have to tow that Ford Pinto over to Diana. And Ruth
Yeah.
Ruth has just commented that she loves Chet, and she's been buying the Tone Poet series that's mastered from the original tape. So I'm sure those sound really, really good.
Great.
Wow.
And hernia belts.
That's
And
funny.
this is another kind of a unique. We got to talk to Encore. We got to talk to Encore about seeing if we can get one of these things. This is a record really about hiding from parent flatulence.
Aw, this is a good one too.
You got to respect a guy that can pick up a Botemki by himself. And if you think about all the stuff that's in that bloody thing, there's drum sets in that thing. There's horns.
I think that's a Hammond organ. I think that's a lot.
and it's an organ. And the guy behind him, like a G-Dad, there's their father-son type of situation. But, the guy's obviously very proud of his father. They can pick this thing up. And I've tried that. I can't do it. But that's not my problem.
Well, his son is doing his part too. Oh, and
Yeah. These
this
guys are just the shits. Let's move on. And just in that spirit, I find this record cover interesting. I think what's interesting about it is the symmetry. I find it very symmetrical.
I would fire that art director. Of course, that was Zlad, and Zlad is representative of the fictional country of Mulvania. Mulvania has a tourist guide out, and its subtitle is "It's a Land Untouched by Dentistry."
Oh, no.
We're gonna.
See that coming.
Well, I think we're gonna do some music now, right, Sylvia?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have to follow Zlad. Thanks a lot. Who programmed this? We're going to do a song, one of the rarities in the Waterstreet Blues Band canon. It's not one that we wrote. I wish we had written it. It's called the Oreo Cookie Blues, and it was written by Lonnie Mack, and Lonnie Mack performed it with Stevie Ray Vaughan. But
I was thinking, well, before we do that, Frank had a comment, I think, on the on the electronic supersonics. I think, yeah, they probably are a couple. But oh yes, but the keyboardist is now Prime Minister of
Mulvania.
Mulvania.
So she can no longer perform in public.
But you know, the keytar is still a subject for discussion. I think there's also the way that band started was with a couple as well. So Frank just wanted to make sure that that's going to be wondering how that started.
Chocolate on my fingers, icing on my lips, sugar diabetes, blubber on my hips. I keep the nightlight burning in the kitchen, baby, so I can go downstairs and cruise. Oreo cream sandwich, chocolate covered cream filled cookie blues. I hide them in a cabinet, I keep in a jar. For emergencies, you know, I keep in the glove compartment of my car. I couldn't live without them. They get me higher than I can get on booze. Oreo cream sandwich, chocolate covered cream filled cookie blues. Doctor says I'm crazy. You better give 'em up and quick, or he'll be pushing up daisies, 'cause you are definitely sick. I couldn't give 'em if I wanted to. You know, I don't want to lose. Oreo cream sandwich, chocolate covered cream filled cookie, built by Menisco and he ain't no rookie. Next best thing to nookie blues. Thank you.
Fantastic. And I don't know if there are Oreo cookies in the house.
None, zero. Absolutely none.
This week, we're very excited to have with us Gayle Ackroyd. Gayle is a musician and songwriter and entertainer with a vast repertoire. Right? You're shocked, right, Paul? Oh, there she is. She's become suddenly younger by the minute. And I don't know if you remember Gayle, around what we met. We kind of met, I think, through Maureen Brown. a
Yeah,
long
yeah,
time ago.
I'm sure that's what it was.
Yeah, she's the shuffle queen, and then eventually we played in a band together. But I think before that, I think I saw you perform. You did Zippy Wallace's song that "Women Be Wise." I think I requested that song at every performance you've ever done, even when you played with Waterstreet. Our band that we played with all the girls, there was you and me and Maureen and the Tulips, yeah. You have memorabilia. It was so much fun, and we used to rehearse at Gayle's place, and it was very polite and ladylike. We really did go up for tea on our break, and we did good china. That's pretty. That's a true story.
You can still drink bourbon out of a teacup, Sylvia.
Yes. Some people tape that little string to the inside so nobody knows. I'm not saying that I did that, but no. But we did. We had tea. It was great. We had a great time, a lot of great gigs.
As we slowly set sail, in that moment your eyes met mine. Riverboat swaying to a soft melody. You slipped your hand in mine. Sky full of stars, our hearts full of love. Entangled, we danced through the night. Take me back to the place where we first fell in love, on that riverboat on the Rhine. It was late in the summer, the night air was cool. I felt warm by your side. The shoreline passing by, on that riverboat, the Rhine.
Thank you. That was fantastic. Thank
That
you
was
so
wonderful.
much, Gayle,
Thanks,
for
Gayle.
that performance.
Wonderful, Gayle. Thank you.
We're just going to do a little
So,
sound.
Gayle, tell us a little bit about your experience with children, because my children love your CD, and I know that you do a lot of teaching as well. So please tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, I at some point in my life when I had a kid, I decided, okay, I can't keep on the same thing I've always done, playing in bars. So I decided to totally change my lifestyle and become a teacher instead. So I continued that on. I did that in Brampton. I worked at Long and McQuaid for many, many years. And then when I moved to Guelph, I taught there as well. And now I have my own music school in Guelph called Gibson Music Lessons. And our webpage is musiclessonsguelph.com and singingteacherguelph.com. So I teach guitar and ukulele and singing, and my husband, John Gibson, teaches piano and drums. So we have been teaching on Skype during this pandemic, and that was quite the experience trying to learn how to do that. So, and I also teach music for young children. And that is where the parents and the kids are all together, and it's in a group. So that is percussion, music theory, piano, singing, and something else.
And something else.
Ukulele.
Tap dancing.
Not on that particular program.
Not in that program.
No, it's incredibly important. It's incredibly important. I feel that my family, at least, that they have interaction with professional musicians, and I think that it's really important to to experience both live performances as well as education, and experience the live performances of their teachers. You know, I had a lot of music teachers, but I never really saw them play. And it elevates the experience when children really see their teachers practicing. It's really like any other kind of vocation. I think it's really important for musicians to be practicing music as well as or playing music live as well as teaching, and that they invite their students and that they share their own music with the students. They become a really important role model. And you know, music is something that I've felt is a gift that I can give to my 3 children, to carry with them their whole life as a secret tool to enjoying their lives.
Yeah, it keeps them off the street.
No,
there's
yeah,
that too.
absolutely it does, and it keeps them off the streets, and it creates a really special inner creative life that they can enjoy for the rest of their life.
And twice a year at Christmas and in June every year since I've been doing this, we've had a recital. We set up the whole PA in the backyard, and for the one in June, and then the one at Christmas time we went to church.
Yeah.
The kids get very excited about that, and the adults get very nervous. So,
And you have adult students too.
Well, Gayle, maybe you could do a tune off of your ukulele album that you called Ukulele Gayle.
Ukulele Gayle. Here
And
it
you
is.
did the
Yes,
you did
please,
the cover
that'd be
art.
wonderful.
You did the
Yeah,
cover art.
I did. I actually did the artwork on the cover, which is a little hard to see there, but yeah, got my little animated character there.
Love it. Love this record too.
And you're going to do a tune off the record, right?
I'm going to do this. It's more of a blues tune off of that particular record.
Excellent.
And there's the ukulele.
And here's my ukulele that I bought in Kitchener at the pawn shop.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, we got that Kitchener Blues Fest, and I thought, I got to get out of the sun and take a break. And
Tri-City Music, here we come.
yeah, I ended up walking out with a ukulele.
Perfect.
Check it out, folks. Gayle Ackroyd.
Without you, don't make sense anymore. Without you, it don't make sense anymore. How will I get through without you? One day you're with me, the next minute you're gone. How am I to know what went wrong? Without you, it don't make sense anymore. Without you, it don't make sense anymore. How will I get through without you? It's getting dark now, lights will soon appear throughout this city of falling tears. You've been gone longer than ever before. I'm walking back and forth, wearing out the floor. Without you, I don't make sense anymore. Without you, don't make sense anymore. How will I get through without you.
Oh, that's
Wonderful.
a beautiful, beautiful,
Thank you,
beautiful,
Gayle.
beautiful song.
Absolutely wonderful.
That was good.
Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Fluffy!
Our technical assistant, I think, has had
There's some bugs
his
in there.
his
Little
carrots.
gremlins.
His carrots got fermented. I
Let's
think
start that again. Fantastic.
that was
Get
great.
it together!
That was great, Gayle. And again, where can people get a copy of He Surprises Me, which is your new jazz album, and Ukulele Gayle? Where can they get that?
Everywhere.
Well, anywhere online, like Spotify or iTunes or any of those online places you can download music.
Absolutely.
All of the above.
All online. And we've been able to go down memory lane with some of your recordings over time, too. They're all there online.
They are.
So thank you so much, Gayle.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for asking me.
Thank you, Gayle. Fluffy's going to take you to the green room. We've got your rider. I know that I just want to share this rider with you, with the audience out there, with Gayle. It's one of the most unusual riders I've ever seen. Gayle would like a motorcycle that's been running for exactly 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
She also wants, Johnny last week wanted 11 Smarties. Gayle wants 11 Sesame Snaps. And she wants to spend some quality time with Fluffy. So Fluffy, go for it. Go to the green room. We'll talk to you after the show, Gayle. Thank you so much for sharing your
Thanks
your
for joining
music
us.
with you. What I think is really cool about this is that we've been doing this for hundreds of years.
minutes.
But we're doing it live now, and it's just wonderful to have the craft of live acoustic music to share with our audience. So we're so grateful to have you, Gayle, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Please come back.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Wow, wasn't that great?
Anyway, that's a hard act to follow, guys, but I think I feel compelled to do a tune as well.
Aww.
Yes.
And what's the song, Paul?
So this song was written in 1961 it was written by Burt Bacharach. I don't know if you've ever heard of Burt Bacharach. It's an unusual name. It's within the genre of the Engelbert Humperdinck family of names.
I've heard of Sidney. I've heard of Sidney Bacharach. I think he's an accountant on Frederick Street.
No. Okay,
No, he's a chiropractor.
Okay.
Anyway, this tune was written in 1961. And it was not written only by Burt Bacharach. It was written by another amazing music factory, and that's Luther Dixon. And he was credited actually as Barney Williams and Mac Davis, who did the lyrics for this tune. And the Shirelles covered it spectacularly. And because the Shirelles covered it so beautifully, the Beatles also covered it. I think the Beatles cover is great, but the Shirelles cover is gorgeous. And I think that the Beatles covered it because of the way the Shirelles covered it. I'm going to cover it in a kind of spastic way that involves a lot of relaxation and a lack of complete attention to the tune, because I'm thinking about my kids gave me this mug today
excited
for the show. It's called the Best Dad Ever, and they put, if I can measure with my fingers, there's 4 inches of Dylan rye in it, because they know that's my medicine. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, if I could say, thanks for letting us know. We did have a little bit of an audio problem, and we're so grateful that folks are tuning in with us or sending us comments. And
So keep them coming.
yeah, keep them coming to help us out with audio.
Thanks, Ruth, on that, and thanks, Diana, for letting us know, and Frank.
I think it's all.
And Tom also let us
noticed,
know.
yeah, so it's all. Thank you, everyone.
For all the criticism. I appreciate it. Okay, I'll turn it down. I'll turn down
No,
my
you're
volume.
you're
for
great.
this.
No, you're great. No, you're great. It was on me. I think we had an extra audio feed in there causing a loop-de-loop. That's my technical.
Come on home.
More high-tech sound effects. Rob, that's so great. You're getting into technology.
Well, it's what we can do.
Of course.
Frank Naccarato from Toronto, whose address I'm going to share with you soon.
Sorry.
He and I, we go way back for government reasons, but he and I were tuba players when we were young, and that's one of the reasons I got into the lower range of
Very
things.
Cool.
But we won the. We're going to bring them on, and he's one of my bandmates from one of my first bands, probably the fourth band I was in when I was 13, called the Shoes. So tuba does have a place, Frank, and we're working on this, and we're going to talk about it next week. Anyway, we've got a really interesting.
Speaking of lowdown,
we've got a really interesting piece that's been coming up, and I've been lobbying for this a long time. And Sylvia has finally designed a logo for it. So we're going to start featuring some famous bass players and their lifestyles. How they really got to where they are.
Right.
So this is a piece that's really interesting, and we're going to start it next week. And
it doesn't look real to me.
I think we've run out of time. I think we've run out of time now.
I think we have to keep going.
No. I think it's time to pack up, Sylvia. It's time to pack up. It's time to pack up.
It is. Oh, it is time.
So this is the kind of work that bass players do, and what I really want to explain to you, it's more managerial than anything else.
Yes.
Yeah, and getting your children involved to help you pack and stuff. You see, look at the QA/QC process here, quality control.
There's Fluffy.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Fluff. Thanks, guys.
We're the Water Street Blues Band. This has been Talkin About Live. We come at you every Wednesday from 9 p.m.
We're really excited. Thank you very much, Gayle, for joining us. Have a great evening, everybody, and we'll see you next week.